Hey there, E here from eEats and Healthy Treats with day 35 of the last 40 days of summer with a new salad each day. Today's salad is Middle Eastern chicken shawarma salad, featuring green leaf lettuce, red cabbage, carrot, and roasted cauliflower with a lemon chickpea dressing. Let's get into it. Starting with the lemon, I'll cut it in half, set one half to the side for later, and then I'll juice the other half. I'll take the juice and add it to a mixing bowl. I'll pour it into my hand to strain out any seeds. To that, I'll add the olive oil and then the spice mixture, which is consisting of garlic, cinnamon, cumin, smoked paprika, and turmeric. Give that a good mix. Once it's combined, I will add 4 chicken thighs to it. And mix those around to coat them well. Then cover them and place them in the fridge for 2 to 4 hours. For the cauliflower, I'll cut it in half and set one half to the side. To this half, I'll remove most of the core and leaves. Then go around and cut off the florets from the remaining stem. Some of the larger chunks can be easily pulled apart by hand, and others I will cut into smaller pieces. After placing the florets in a bowl, I'll add about a tablespoon of olive oil, and then add the spice mixture containing cumin, turmeric, and salt. I'll mix that together by hand to coat the cauliflower well. It's a bit dry, so I added just a tad bit more oil. That will then get dumped out into a half sheet pan and placed in the oven, which has been preheated to 450 for 15 to 20 minutes. Next, I'll take the cilantro and chop off the majority of the stems, toss those out, and then I'll dice up the leaves. Once done, I'll add those to a bowl and set it to the side. The carrot I'll be shredding using the large cut on my box cutter. I've cut off the ends of the carrot and I'll shred it long ways. This will make the cuts a little longer than it would if you were to shred it using the short end. I'll place the carrots on a separate bowl and set that to the side. I have half of a head of red cabbage. I'll only be using part of it. The nice thing about cabbage is it does seem to last a decent amount of time in the fridge. I've had this one for probably a month and it still looks really good. I've removed the stem section and will slice it up very thin. I'm cutting just enough for 2 salads, so maybe about a cup worth. Moving on to the dressing, I have parsley here. I will cut off the stems and mince up the leaves. I'll add that to a high-sided container. In this case, I'm using a 2-cup liquid measuring cup. I'll be using my immersion blender, so I want something high to keep it from making a mess. To the remaining half of the lemon, I will juice that. And once again, use my hand to strain out any seeds and add the juice directly into the liquid measuring cup. The olive oil will get added next, followed by the cinnamon, ginger, and salt, and lastly the chickpeas, which has some liquid from the can. Feel free to cook your own as well and add about 2 tablespoons of liquid that you cooked it in. Now I'll add, for some sweetness, some date syrup. I eyeballed that for about ½ tablespoon. Now I'll take my immersion blender and mix until the chickpeas are creamy and everything is emulsified. Checking up on the cauliflower, I'll poke a few pieces with a granny fork to see if they're tender. These looked good, so I removed them from the oven. Next, I'll be cooking the chicken, so I will have to adjust my temperature, putting the oven on high broil. Using my slotted roasting pan, which has a drip pan underneath, I'll lay out the marinated chicken thighs. And then toss those into the oven to broil for 15 minutes. Once those are done, I will slice them up into strips on the short end. Now let's dish this up, starting with the green leaf lettuce, which I'll tear into pieces. Add some red cabbage, then some carrots, followed by the cauliflower, and then the chicken shawarma. I'll top it off by sprinkling on some fresh cilantro. Lastly, I'll spoon on some of the lemon chickpea dressing. Now for a taste test. I just love chicken shawarma, and what better way to enjoy it than in a salad? The chicken is flavorful and very juicy. The cabbage and carrots give some crunch. The cilantro heightens the flavor, and the chickpea dressing, an idea from my husband by the way, was wonderful. I truly hope that you will give this one a try. Until later, be blessed and act with love. Enjoy!